4 a.m. We've just travelled about 40 minutes downriver from our base camp to what I call Site 2 for our hybrid gibbon hunt. So we've set up 4 listening posts on either side of the river where we're going to be listening for the gibbons this morning. Right, so we've walked about 20 minutes into the forest here. We've split the whole team into 2 groups. We've got 2 listening posts over that side and 2 listening posts on this side. We've left Holly down at listening post 1, and then myself has come up here to listening post 2, and we're going to wait for the gibbons to start singing, which I can actually hear the males started up in the background at the moment. It's very quiet. We're going to kick off. It's all about to start here, so I'll just quickly explain what we're doing and why we're doing it. What we're doing is we're looking for a hybrid gibbon species. In Kalimantan there are 2 different species of gibbon. So you've got the Muller's gibbon in the northeast and the Bornean southern gibbon in the southwest. And in the middle, a species is hybridized. And the interesting part of this is it's the biggest hybrid population of any gibbon species known in Southeast Asia. So what we want to do is map this western boundary because it's believed to be further than what it is. The reason this is important is at the moment the hybrid is not recognized by anything. It's got no status by the IUCN, which decides how endangered everything is. And it also means that if this population is quite large, then these 2 parent species, the Mullers and the Albibabis, are probably less. There's probably less of them than we actually believe. And this one, we don't know how many there are at the moment, but hopefully we'll find out soon enough. So we want to map this western boundary and then work towards giving it its own right of protection. Didn't get that on phone, did you? That was our first great call of the female, the Albibabis. The great call is the long call and only mated pairs do that. And that was really close. I mean, maybe 50 meters to our right over here. So that's good. Hopefully we can go and find that one later. So this is day 4 that I've been at these listening posts now. What we're actually doing at listening post, the method is called triangulation. Doing a very loose version of that. We're just doing a 2-person triangulation, which means that we've got, as I mentioned earlier, the 2 sites, and then we're all listening and taking the bearings of what we hear and then saying how far away it is. And when we get back, we can plot it onto graph paper, and where we cross over, we know we've got definite groups of gibbons. But after being at this base camp area here now for a few weeks, we haven't heard the hybrid once. What we are hearing is that Bornean southern gibbon, the Albibabis. So I'm planning to take a team and go up to a different river, and as I always call it, the hunt for the hybrid will be on. 2 of them. Trying to record the sounds as well. really good one. So gibbon species have very, very distinctive calls. You can hear these great calls, the loopy calls of the females. All gibbon species have their own type of call, and that's how we tell them apart, because they all look very, very similar. Well, some of them look very similar. Specifically, if you look at photographs of the albibarbus, the Bornean southern gibbon, and the Mulleri, the Muller's gibbon, they look almost identical to the eye, whereas their calls are very, very different. And that's why, especially also, we study gibbons by calls, looking for, trying to get densities rather than looking for them, because they're so hard to see. They just fly through these trees so quickly that you never see them. So it's quite useful that they all have quite a specific call, and hopefully I'll be able to play that hybrid call to you later, and you'll see how different it really is.